Touchdown, Seahawks! Are you kidding me?
Number 4, the tip. The famous tip. Easily one of the most legendary moments in Seattle history, without a doubt. This one took place on January 19th, 2014, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. It was the NFC Championship game versus the San Francisco 49ers. And
I hate the 49ers, sorry.
yeah, there was so much hate between. Remember the hate between these two teams?
Oh, man, there's so much.
Oh, it was. This quickly became probably the biggest rivalry in the entire NFL at this point in time. I mean, you had
only maybe Seattle and Green Bay, but that's kind of before that, even maybe, right around that time.
Yep. So you had the two khaki-wearing coaches in Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll, and you had the crazy fans of Seattle, the 12s going nuts. I was also at this game, by the way. Thank you very much. And that place was rocking. It was loud. I wouldn't say it was as loud as the first NFC Championship game.
Yeah, I'm sure it was up there though. One of the top 5.
It was definitely. It was definitely top 5. Yeah. But you also have the two young up-and-coming quarterbacks in Russell Wilson and Colin Kaepernick. You had the LOB. They were just nuts. You had Thomas, Chancellor, and of course, Richard Sherman, who'd been talking trash to Michael Crabtree for weeks.
Yes.
So you had that dynamic, and I think Richard Sherman was actually talking trash to the coach, too.
Harbaugh.
Yeah, so...
We're back to the Stanford days.
Yep. Pretty much anybody who was, ever in his way at that period of time was getting trash talked. But it came down to that final last play by the 49ers, which would go on to be a very popular poster across the state of Washington. I think Lee actually mentioned this one time that it's so iconic that it should almost have its own statue outside the stadium with this picture. But but San Francisco needed 6 points to tie and 7 to win. So Colin Kaepernick drops back with 30 seconds remaining on the clock. I remember holding my breath on this one. I was literally holding my breath. But Kaepernick drops back. He sees that Crabtree is actually open, and he throws a beautiful ball right into the end zone. And I'm telling you, most people would not have been able to get to this ball, but most people are not Richard Sherman. So the ball is in the air, and Richard Sherman makes one of the greatest plays in Seahawks history. He tips the ball, preventing a touchdown, and it's intercepted by Malcolm Smith. Game over. The Seahawks are heading to the Super Bowl for the second time. How great was that snapshot moment in time? It's so great. So yeah, that was the end of the play, but that wasn't the end of the story. Ethan, what happened after that?
You got Sherman then runs over to Crabtree, reaches out his hand, says good game, and offers to shake his hand, and Crabtree swats his hand away and pushes him. I mean, you get this whole, once again, what did Richard Sherman's clearly doing to show him up? Because, I mean, once you've talked that much trash for weeks in advance, because we played them twice, obviously, in the regular season as a division opponent, and this only roused up Sherman even more. So it only added to some of the great kind of Shakespearean, verbal combat that we were seeing between Richard Sherman, like you said, the world. Which was always so fun as a fan. It's like, he's one of those guys, I'm sure every other team hated him. Yeah. And you probably would if he was on a team you didn't like, but man, you love it when that guy's on your team.
Absolutely. Yeah. So then he heads over to, poor little Aaron Andrews for the post-game interview. And he's just still fired up. You can tell, he's amped up, kind of like Owen Schmidt, wants to bang his head against his helmet or something. It's he's so amped up. So then she's like,
He said bang to helmet. I think I'm talking about banging Aaron Andrews. We're getting a little crazy out there. All right.
Oh, and then his famous interview, man. He's all, I'm the best player in the game. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're going to get. Don't you ever talk about me. And then Andrews is like, who?
Yeah, she looked terrified.
Yeah, she's like, she didn't even know what's going on. She's like, who said something bad about you?
It's like, Aaron, pay attention. Do your homework.
So great. Yeah. So that almost got more press than the actual game, other than, in Seattle, of course, but
Yeah.
possibly the most legendary game in Seahawks history, certainly that took place in Seattle.
Yeah.
All right, so that concludes the tip, and we'll all be looking forward to that statue outside of the Seahawks stadium once Sherman retires.
Shotgun for Kaepernick. Takes the snap. Looks. Fires near side. Going for the end zone. Goes. Picked up and after it. Is it picked up? Is it picked up? It is. It's picked up in the end zone. The Seahawks intercept in the end zone. Richard Sherman tipped it.